And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hi guys, I'm a few minutes early, I know. Shocking. I'm hoping that we'll get done with this today. I've done it before, so we'll see. Let me grab the one I've already made so you can see it. And I just realized I don't think I got my D-rings. Oh dear, I didn't get D-rings or a swivel clasp, but that's okay. Hi guys, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Good afternoon here. It's, what time is it? Noon. Oh my. Hi Joe. Hi Melanie. Hi Deb. Deb, I can't wait to see you again. Hi Cynthia. Thanks Lori. Thanks Teresa. I appreciate you guys. Hi Ellie. Hey Ellie, we ought to try another live together. Teresa, we need to decide what we're going to do and do it coming up soon. We need to do it. We need to, both of us. Maybe, we can't do 3, which is a problem because I'm not subscribed to StreamYard. There's only, on the free version, you can only do 2. Hi Judy. Hi Diane. Hi Diana. Hi Candace. I can't wait to see you soon. And then Candace Drummond too. Oh my gosh. Hi everyone. I know, Joe, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be here before you know it. So, all right, I have my coffee. It's a little bit cold, but that's okay. I actually prefer cold coffee. Well, I shouldn't say that. I like coffee anyway, which is not probably a good thing. All right, so here's what we're making today. This is the Karla by Lacus Patterns. You guys, this is the cutest little bag. It's actually surprisingly big. Now this is all vinyl. I used vinyl for the flap and vinyl for the bottom and the sides. I used one of my slim thumb locks for the closure. And then when you open it, you have a zipper closure. I love that. So then you open it up and you have a zipper pocket on the inside and a slip pocket on the other side. And look at all that room. Now, I am a little worried today because I'm doing it out of leather and it is a turned bag. I can't find my zipper pull. Oh, here it is. It was hiding. So we'll see. I have my hairdryer handy. I don't know. We'll see. I do have to tell you something really funny. It's a little chilly here, so therefore I have a jacket on. But we have a local Walmart that opened today, a Supercenter Walmart. It opened at 7:30 a.m. So Tony and I were up early at 5 with the dogs, and I kind of looked over at him and I said, you know, maybe we should just go, you know, and see how bad it is and see, you know, if we can even get a parking spot. So it was about 9:30 and we went over there. We got a good parking spot and it was actually very fun. Once in a lifetime to go to a Walmart grand opening. I kind of dragged Tony, but it was actually pretty fun. Surprisingly, we got a little bag of goodies, you know, and we only spent $21. Can you believe it? I got some Dawn. I got a few other little things that I actually needed, and it was actually fun. It's very clean. Everything was working. Everything was stocked. So it was surprisingly fun. Has anybody, you guys ever been to a grand opening of a Walmart? A Walmart Supercenter. It's like less than 5 minutes from us. It's going to be fabulous. We do a lot of shopping at Walmart, actually. You save a fair amount of money. And so, yeah, we do. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Lorna. Lorena, sorry. Valerie. Shell. Hi, guys. All right, so we're just going to do this live. So it is the Karla by Lacus Patterns. I've only done one, so we'll see how it goes. And I did skive all my leather. So this is a gorgeous, gorgeous leather. Really is. And then this is what I'm using for the lining. It's a bonded nylon. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty. All right. So thank you, Teresa. Candace, you should try it. It's really cute. All right. So let's just do it. This was my only time today to go live. So I thought, I'm just going to do it and see how it goes. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to change this. You ready? Can you see what I'm doing? Let me see what you can see. Yeah. Okay. So her seam allowances are in the pattern. This is the front and the back. They are connected on the bottom and then top stitch. I think I'll show you on the bag that I have right here each step and what we're doing. I don't know if that would be helpful or not, but we'll do it. I have never sewn with this leather, so we'll see. So here is the front and the back, and then it's connected with some top stitching on the back, on the bottom there. I am going to try and tape it, so we shall see. Tape it flat. Okay. And I'm using foam for most of the pieces as the interfacing. And then for the flap, I did put a piece of Decaville Heavy. I actually may really regret that since it's a turned bag. So we'll see. I don't know. Hey, Sharon. I'm making the Karla out of leather today. It is a very cute bag. Oops, what happened? Okay. And I've not used this particular leather before. I did skive it. So, we'll see. All right, let's turn that over, and we're going to top stitch on either side. Of that seam. So it was chilly today, that's why I had my jacket on, but I may end up taking it off, you know me. I get kind of hot when I sew. We'll see how I do. This leather is very nice. I don't have a lot of it, but I have some. It's skived perfectly. I did not record skiving it since I have several videos out there for that. Okay, perfect. And I am going to do my best to follow the pattern. I know. My thread color is, oh dear, I can't tell you. Let me look. It's over here. I have a new spool, so let me tell you. It is Seafoam Green. I'm taking my jacket off, guys. I'm going to start sweating, and that's not a pretty sight. Seafoam Green, Tech 70. It does match. I went back and forth on what colors to do, but that was the one I decided on. All right. So here are our sides. So it's a very unique shape. I am going to find my center. And I should have done this ahead of time, so we'll just have to do it now. Isn't it pretty? It really is. I have to tell you something. I have never been a green person. Never. And lately, some of the bags I've made have been in green, and I just love them. I know. You know, sometimes you just grow up. What can you say? All right, let's do this. I'm going to get these clips over here that hold a little better. And we're going to attach these. You know what? Before I do that, let me put my tag on. Let me see how far up I want to put my tag from the bottom here, from the bottom seam. If I put it up, let's see. If I put it up 4 inches, that should work. So let's do it over here. And I'm just going to do it off center. Right there. And grab it. Right there. And since I have that foam there, I don't need to really put any other interfacing, I don't think. It would be fun to sew together. I think this is it's not a quick sew. That's the only thing. I do have Thor ready to go. I do have 2 spools of this, so I have him ready to sew up so we don't have to worry about going back and forth in case I want to top stitch. I don't remember if I top stitched the other one. I think I did. Isn't that terrible? I can't remember. Hey, Brenda. Isn't it pretty? Stone Path Studio. It's really a gorgeous color. I don't even remember where I got it. I wish I did because I might go get some more. But I think I got it as a remnant on Tandy, if you want to know the truth. All right. There we go. All right. Now, let's put our sides on. This is a little tricky. You just really have to go slow. But it's not hard. Now, famous last words, since I'm doing leather, we'll see. I don't think it will be any different, this part of it. But we'll see. And then you just bring those up to the side. I did clip my curves. So we will be clipping the curves. So Tony and if you missed the beginning, Tony and I have had a very exciting morning. We went to a Walmart grand opening here in our neighborhood, basically. It was pretty fun. All kinds of music. I actually got a picture with the Cheeto character. Very fun because I love Cheetos. I love Cheetos. They have absolutely no nutritional value, but I love them. Tony saw him. He goes, "Oh dear, do you want a picture with that little character?" I said, "I certainly do." All right, we're going to clip the straight edge, which is our front and back, and just do half your seam allowance. Don't do more. Okay. I did find that this is my first pattern of Lacus patterns, and she has a great pattern description, number one. Number two, everything fit perfectly. So, you know, normally on curves like this, you need to clip it. And once you clip it, it fits beautifully. Now, the other thing that I did do on the first one, I basted it on first. And I think I'll do that here, just at 1/8 of an inch. So I am going to do that this time too. Okay, let me look at comments. Hi, Mona. Hey, Karen. Hey, Brenna. Thank you, Brenna. I miss you during the day. I can't wait for summer so you can be more present because I miss you. Hi, Brenda. It's your first time. This is a good one, Brenda. This is actually a very good one to catch. All right, I'm going to hold my threads. Oops. I said I was going to baste it first, but I guess I'm just going for it because I got distracted by Brenna saying hello. We'll see. If I get down here to the curve and I don't like how it's going, I'll just stop and baste it. But so far, so good. I'm going to put my hand in there. Here, let me pull you down so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. This is not too bad, really. I'm kind of surprised. You know, some things just surprise me. You really just have to go slow. Let me see. You have to admit I love Cheetos. I know. I think it's partly, they taste good, but they have a crunch, and I think that's part of why I love them. Oh dear, see, it's moving on me. Oh, wait a minute. Hold. I'll go back over that. I took my clip off too soon. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. There we go. Let's just go back over that real quick. Let me grab my Kelly's. Now pull that a little. Oh my goodness. Come here. There we go. Oh, I don't like it. Hold on. It's really going off kilter. So I highly recommend that you baste it first. So I'm going to go back and just baste this. Yeah. Because on this curve, the first curve was fine, but this curve, it's really getting off. So we're going to baste it. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. It really makes all the difference, I have to say. I'm usually not one to baste curves like this. I just usually go for it. But this one in particular, I did find very helpful to baste. Okay, now we'll go back and do that full seam allowance there. All right. Here we go. So much easier, guys. You really, that is something that as a bag maker, you will want to have in your arsenal, is to baste curves like that. I'll baste the whole one on next. The thing that you're going to want to be careful, and I just did it, is not go all the way to the top, because then you can't really flatten out your seam here, but that's okay. I'll just take that part out. You'll never see it. That way I can flatten that seam when I go to put it all together. And you're going to want to be able to do that. Okay. Perfect. Let's do the other side. It's very exciting. What is it? Thank you. What we need to, yes. What do you need to add to your arsenal? Sabrina. I don't know if you're talking to me. Lori, if you're talking about the retreat, maybe Lori can chime in there while I sew. We still have a wait list going, and we have one seat if you want to bring your own machine. Otherwise, it's totally sold out. Very exciting. We're going to have so much fun, you guys. This is going to probably be different than some retreats that you've been to. I don't know. If you've never been to a retreat, it's going to be your best one ever. What can I say? You know, all retreats are a lot of fun. All right, let's clip these corners, or this curves, I should say. You guys, the puppies, Ruby and Rosie, are 5 months today. Can you believe it? They're doing so good. They are housebroken. You know, I'm sure occasionally we'll have an accident, but they are housebroken. They go to the door. They go to the door and turn around and look at us. We have never done the bell. But we actually keep our eye on them still. So they're really never out of our eye shot because they're into everything. You can't leave doors open. If they go in a room and something's on the floor, they bring it to you. Yep. They're just the most precious. I mean, you know, they're just precious. What can I say? I know everybody feels that way about their dogs. They're precious. They're like part of the family. I love them dearly. I don't know what we did for the 6 months without a dog. You know, because Jackie passed in March. And we didn't get these guys until, what was it, October? I'm going to have a sip of coffee and look at comments. All right, I'm going to base this on, but I'm not going to do the top inch. I'm going to start down about an inch. Just because I want to not have to worry about folding that top seam open. Okay. I'm doing about 1/8 of an inch, basting in place. Man, this leather is beautiful. It sews beautifully. What can I say? I got too many tools out. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Hold, please. I gotta pull that in there so it stays where I want it. Okay. Oh, I'm starting to sweat, you guys. It's so funny. I am sewing leather, Sabrina, and it is the it's the Karla by Lacquer's Patterns. I have a recorded tutorial on it, but I wanted to do it live because it's just it's such a cute bag. Or I'm going to stop there with my basting. And then we'll go around the full seam allowance. Let me just make sure I caught it all. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, let's do the full seam allowance now. I know I'm missing comments, guys. I'm so sorry. This is probably the hardest part of the bag, and then turning it will be... And this isn't hard, you just have to go slow. And I don't really want to get any puckers either, if I can avoid it. You know? Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Let's take a gander. Oh my gosh. All right, before I do anything else, I'm going to tape those sides open. You're skiving some, Ellie? What are you going to make? I love leather. You know, the thing with leather is, and vinyl. Some of the vinyl today, like the vinyl from Tulip Bee, is her faux real. Is really faux real. I mean, it's very similar to leather, but no skiving required. Tulip Bee. TulipBee.com has really good stuff. Her faux real, all her stuff is really good. And she's a fellow Floridian, so I'm very happy to support her. Doing these sides is kind of tedious, but in the long run, you'll be happy that you did it. Okay. I don't know if they'll stay. We will see. If they'll stay open. Let me do this. You agree? Yeah, her stuff. I'm just going to clip close to the seam, but not go through the seam, obviously. And see if that helps it stay open. Oh dear. That came off on my finger. That's not particularly helpful. Maybe another little piece here. Yeah, I didn't open that seam. Hold. There we go. I think what I'll do is I'll put a clip there. That one. Thank you, Sabrina. I told Tony you're coming to the retreat, and he said, now who's that? He goes, oh, honey, she's my favorite. She came up to you and introduced herself as my favorite. He goes, oh, yes. I remember. All of you guys are my favorite. Okay. Oh, my gosh. That's so much better. Okay. I know it was tedious, but it's worth it. All right. Let's see what's next. Let's turn it right side out and just double check for puckers. Now that's turning beautifully with just the foam, and I think it'll give it enough no puckers, not a pucker, but there's a thread right here. Let's grab that thread. Perfect. Oh my gosh, you guys. That came out really good. So there it is. Oh, I love it. Did I get my tag on wrong? I got my tag on upside down. That's funny. We can fix it right now. That's hilarious. We cannot have a tag on upside down. Oh my gosh. That's funny, actually. Easy fix if I can just get underneath my prongs. Okay. And let's turn that right side up. Oh, that's amazing how much better that looks. I'm such a goof sometimes. Okay. Oh, I just pulled my... No. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go. That looks better with the tag right side up. Okay. Enough of that clarity. All right. Miss Attitude. I love that name. That is so funny. Is that the turquoise? No, I don't think it is, Sabrina. No. This was a very small piece that I just had a little bit of, and so no. If I have some, I'll sell it to you, though. I don't know how much of it. I'll check. All right, so let's set that aside. Let's grab your flap. Now, this is what, I don't know if I should have done it, but I did put a piece of Decaville Heavy and a piece of foam. I probably made a goof when I did that, but we're going to do it anyway and see how it goes. Right sides together. And we'll sew all the way around. And let me just look. Let me see. She gives you several options for this. I am going to just do I'm obviously doing the sew it together and turn it version. Okay. I don't see the seam allowance, but she says in the beginning what it is, so. Place the flat pieces right side together. Oh no, it is a different seam allowance. Okay, I'm glad I looked. Okay. Leaving the top open, obviously, so we can turn it. And let's trim these corners really good. So I'm trimming my corners, and then I am going to, on the bottom here, just do a few little snips just on this bottom little curve here. Probably not necessary, but we'll see. Since the plain, I did the entire outside plain, including the flap, but I wanted to do a lot of pop of color on the inside, so that's why I chose this lining for that reason. You know, some people really like just really plain bags on the outside, which, you know, I'm good with. All right, so what I want to do before I'm going to roll everything here before I top stitch, but because I'm going to test my thumb lock and see if I have enough thickness there. See how it looks. I'll grab my thumb lock and see. On the other one, I did have to add a little bit of stabilizer. This lining, oh, Mary. I believe it was from Wonderground. I'm pretty sure it's from Wonderground. It's a nylon, bonded nylon. Let me see. I think that's going to be okay. That's thick enough. Let's top stitch and see, because sometimes top stitching kind of compresses things. And, wait, Barb. And see if it's still thick enough. I don't want it to anything loose there. Alright, let's top stitch. And I'm not going to close the top until I determine this is the way I want it. As far as thickness goes. No mixing clips, you guys. I can't do it. It does really match good. I was kind of surprised. I only have a little bit of it left to do this bag, and I thought, oh, that goes good. I'll just use that remnant. I don't know if she still has it. I've had it for a long time. I think it was actually part of that kit. I'll show you the full piece so you can see it. And I'm sure the admins can go see if she carries it anymore. But isn't that pretty? I don't know what it's called. Oh, you found it, Teresa. Perfect. Perfect. Look at Teresa go. All right, so let's see. Oh, see, by top stitching, it compressed it enough that it's not, there's not enough stuff there. So we are going to add a little piece of Decaville. And I'm just going to see if it's enough. We're going to put it inside, but see if 2 layers is going to be enough. I think it will be. Yeah. All right, let's find the center of this little guy. And mark in the center. And let's, I'm going to put a piece of tape on here so that it stays where I want it. Oh. That's the one thing about thumb locks. You want them to be very secure. You don't want them loose. Even, you know, though you screw them in, you still don't want them to be loose. All right, so let's shove this down in there. That's a very technical sewing term. Shove it down in there, Barb. Okay. Let's see if that did it. We can go ahead and put this on there. Oh, yeah. Perfection. Okay, let me grab some glue. Let me grab a towel because I know I'm going to make a mess. Okay, I'm falling off my chair. My butt isn't as big as it used to be. Okay, put that right there. Find my screws. I had an extra magnet somewhere, but now I can't find it. Let me use this one for my screws. Okay. My screwdriver. A tiny little dab of Loctite. Very dangerous stuff. See, it oozes out. It's blue. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, let's put it on there nice and snug. Perfect. Where'd my other screw go? There it is. I would not skip some type of glue for any of this stuff. I've only had one, and it was somebody who overfilled things. It happened to be a friend. She just sent it back to me, and I fixed it. But definitely use glue. And it just takes a tiny bit. Oh my gosh, that looks perfect. Can you see that? So that's going to go on the, click onto the bottom of the bag. All right. Let me get rid of my little Loctite over here. Okay. Now we need to make our D-rings. And I just realized I'm not, did I make my D-rings? Let me look. Oh yeah, I did. Now, these D-rings that go on the top, let me show you. Right here, she does out of lining fabric. Pardon me, I don't want to do out of lining fabric. So I'm doing them out of leather. And I'm just going to look and see. Yeah, that's not too thick. Okay, I skived this whole piece. This is both D-rings, and once I get them done, I'll cut it in half. So let me mark down the center. Put some tape on there. I know my butt isn't as big as it. I'm sorry. Did you get water everywhere? Oh, Miss Attitude, that is funny. Yeah, it's not nearly as big as it used to be. So I fall off my chair. Yeah. It's a good thing, but it's a good thing. I'll just leave it there. I don't think I should talk about butts anymore. All right, so let's put, I'm going to put a piece of tape down the center. The screwdriver is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. It's on my Amazon list, which is linked below the description. The rechargeable battery operated screwdriver. It's a game changer. Okay, I'm going to sew down each side. One more stitch. Okay. Let's cut that in two. And I don't have any D-rings, so I'm going to have to go get 2 D-rings. I don't know what I was thinking. Let me go grab some. I'll be right back. Oh, please. All right. Oh, sugar dumpling designs. I love that. All right. So now let's see what's just the best side. That doesn't really matter. I am going to use 1/2" tape here, so it stays where I want it. Okay. Let me mark where I want to fold these so I get them even. Let me see. There and there. So I'm just marking where I'm going to fold everything up to so that these are both pretty even. So we're going to fold down to that line. Oh dear. I always forget that you really shouldn't put double-sided tape where your D-rings go because it gets all caught, you know. Ugh. Gets all caught in the hardware. There we go. I'm going to go down just a little further. And these are going to be attached with rivets. They're not going to be sewn on. Okay, let me do this one. Fold that up. I'm going to use one of these and fold that down. Perfect. All right, now we're going to attach these. I'm going to go ahead and base the top of this closed. since I got my thumb lock on. I don't need to get in there anymore. Perfect. All right, now let me do my measurements. She gives you good measurements. Let's see. Where these go. Position each tab so that it is from the top edge. Okay. Certain distance down, right there, and how much in? Okay. And I'm just going to mark it where it should be. Start right there. And right there. Okay. Again, I'm going to use a little piece of 1/2-inch tape to hold it in place until I get my rivets on. Now, I am going to get my rivets out. I'm using some of my long rivets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, in retrospect, I probably didn't need to double all this up. But we're going to leave it for now. I think it'll be fine. So that's where that goes right there. I should have just done a single, you know, with the raw edge on the inside, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I have a little thread sticking out there, which I don't want. And that goes right there. Perfect. Now, let's mark for where we're going to put our rivets. One here. And one here. One here. And you want to just make sure that you're catching each side of your D-ring. Okay, let's pull our little tool out here. So this is what I'm talking about right here. These right here. Two D-rings with 2 rivets. 2 D-rings with 2 rivets. You grab my mallet, and here we go. Nice and centered. A lot of layers that's going through. Oh, let me make sure I got through all of it. Oh, I did. It's a beautiful thing. Let's just put this one on. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Perfect. And these long rivets are a game changer if you have thick materials. All right, let's do the other one. I didn't warn you about the noise, but here it comes again. Got it? Did we get all the way through? We did. Okay, before I go any further on this side, I'm going to get rid of that little tiny dot that I made so it doesn't stay there forever, you know. Noise. noise. Let's add these other two, and then we'll go press them. The trash man's here today. Can you hear him? God, they're noisy, aren't they? That one did not go all the way through for some reason. Hold on. There it did. All right. Beautiful. So that's what it looks like. All right, let me go press those. I'm going in the closet where my cam snap press is. Perfect. The long rivets, I have them in all finishes, really make a difference, guys. If you're going to do thick materials, whether it's leather or vinyl, it really makes a difference. All right, let's put that away. Put that away. There we go. Isn't she pretty? Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, we're going to do the handle. All right, let me see. Where is my handle? Here it is. I did skive the entire handle as well. So, let me see. Yeah. Oh my, I can't even see that. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to use some tape. I have to tell you something funny. You know, I said that we went to the Walmart opening this morning. Tony's such a good sport. He didn't really want to go, but I said, oh, we gotta go. We gotta go. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Let me put you up here. It's a once in a lifetime thing. You guys are okay. Let's go. And there's all kinds of music, and I'm dancing, and he turns around and goes, I don't know her. I don't know her. I said, yes, you do. I just had fun. It's the small things in life, you know? All right, now, I know that I got the wrong size strap-ins, and I am going to go get the right size because I do want to put strap-ins on here. So, I have to go get that now, too. Hold, please. Alrighty. Because I skied this leather, I don't think I'm going to have any issues getting these strap ends on. So, we should be good. We'll see. Famous last words. Okay, I got to sew down each side first. And then when you're doing strap-ins, it does help to sew across the end to kind of compress it. It does make a difference if your materials are thick. Alrighty. So pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, let's put this through first. And put our strap on afterwards. I think it'll be fine, but yeah. Let me see if I can get it through. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. Oh my gosh. Did I say my husband was a keeper? Look what he did. Mm-hmm. Thank you, babe. Appreciate it. A fresh cup of coffee. Oh, that tastes so good. Where did my screwdriver go? Now, that's a serious problem. What did I do with it? Oh dear. Oh, please. Screwdriver. Oh, it's right here in front of me, you guys. That is funny. He must be watching me out there. All right, here we go. Well done, Tony. He's a sweetheart. He truly is. I'm a very lucky girl. Very lucky. I think he's pretty lucky too. Just saying. I don't know where my lighter went. Oh, it must be over here. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm really not this forgetful, but I'm like, where did my tools go? That's pretty funny. All right, let's put this one on. See how easy these are going? If you don't use strap-ins, I encourage you to. I know it's an extra expense. Makes all the difference. Really makes all the difference in the look of a finished bag. I didn't use them for the longest time either. But I try and use them every time now. Oh dear. Okay. Isn't that pretty? All right, let me see. You could do hidden connectors here too, just FYI. Okay. And then I'm going to connect these with more rivets. So, my friend Leslie at Jelly Lee Creations has a rivet marking tool, which I am going to use. I love it. I'm going to mark this with, let me see if I want to use A and C and A, or let me see. Oh dear, hold on. No, I'm going to use A and C. Those are the two that I use the most. This is at Jolie Lee Creations. And it is a simple little tool, but you guys, it really helps. So here it is. I'm using holes A and C. And this is an inch, but she also has it marked for 3/4 of an inch and a 1/2 inch, I believe. Yeah. So you can get everything on there nice and straight. It makes a big difference. All right, let's do our holes. She's another fellow Floridian too. A lot of Floridians here in the bag making world. What was it? Okay. All right, let's get these on, and I'm going to use my long rivets again. Whoops. All right, let's do it. Perfect. One. And this is just a really simple handle. I don't have, oh dear, hold on. There we go. I was like, oh no, I can't get it in there. A strap cut out, but I am going to do a crossbody. I just don't have it cut out and ready to go. I'm probably going to do webbing, but I'm not sure yet. Oh my gosh, isn't that just the cutest little thing? Let me go press those real quick. Absolutely adorable. I really like a grab handle. So there it is. It's going to end up just on top like that. Cute. Cute. Let me have a sip of this hot coffee. So in the pattern, the crossbody strap is next, which we're not going to do. But we are going to do connectors on the inside for the strap. So let me get those. See what I did with those. That's not it. That's not it. Here it is. D-rings. Okay. And I did do the lining because they are on the inside of this bag, which is actually very nice. Isn't it the cutest little handle? Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and make this real quick so it's ready. Thank you, Barb. It's really cute. It's nice fabric. Really is. You know what? Hold. I'm going to put a piece of Decaville, since this is lining. I'm going to put a piece of Decaphyl in there. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but I don't want any chance of anything tearing. So that's what we're going to do. Extra little support never hurts. And this is going to end up being 3/4, so I'm going to have to go get some 3/4 inch D-rings. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. This lining is from Wonderground. The lining here is from Wonderground Fabrics. Oh, you know what I did? Hold on. I put that Decaphyl right down the center, and I don't want that. Hold, please. Let me just take that off. It's from Wonderground. Goodness. Hold on. Gotta take that up. I actually could just do it this way, honestly, but I'm going to fix it since I started. So we're going to do that down this side. There we go. That's better. Much better. Oops. Whoops. Okay. So, I messaged Melissa. I haven't heard back from her, which is highly unusual. At Sew Yours. For anybody who's coming to the retreat, if we want to on Sunday, I gotta empty this. Have a little road trip and go up to Sew Yours. She's about an hour and a half from me. To see if she'd open on Sunday. I don't know if she will, because she's not usually open on Sundays. So we'll see. If she doesn't, then we can go to Tandy Leather. They open on Sundays. Anybody who wants to do a little road trip on Sunday morning, we'll just make a little day of it. If you haven't been to Sew Yours, it's another place that's a little addicting. Okay. Let's cut that in half. And I'm just going to set these aside for now. And we're going to do the slip pocket. And we're going to put those right sides together. I'll tell him you said hi, Judy. I've shown him a picture of you and your husband, so he knows who you are. Okay, let's sew down the sides. And you don't have to do a slip pocket. Totally optional. I like a little slip pocket, and I'm going to divide it into a pen pocket and another little pocket. All right, let's trim that corner. Okay. I do have a trim piece here. At least I thought I did. Yes, I thought I did. Let me see where it might have gone. Let me get all my pieces out of the way. There it is. No, 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 no. Oh dear. I know I had a trim piece. Oh, here it is. I don't know what it's over there for. Hey, Carol. All right, we're going to close the top of this, and then we'll add our trim piece. All right. And here, I did skive the entire trim piece, just so it wasn't quite so thick, you know. Let's add some tape on either side. And we'll add that. Who's leaving? Tony, you have to leave. Hi, Kivia. And let's add this nice little trim piece. Fold that down, top stitch. Beautiful. I'm going to do 2 rows of stitches. I've started doing that most of the time now. I just like the look of it, actually. Okay. Cut off the excess. Burn our little threads. Thanks for joining, guys. Keeping me company. All right, let's grab a lining piece. Let me find the center. And grab my So Tight magnets. Did Barb skive the binding leather there? Yes, I did. I did. Let me see how far down this is. Up. Place the pocket on one of the lining pieces. Okay. Let me find the center. Hey, Dawn. And we're going to put that down, what she touched to in the pattern, from the top. If you've never heard of these So Tight magnets, they're a game changer. I really like them. I don't remember where I got mine. If I got them on their website, or if I got them, I think you can get them on Amazon now. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's sew that on. Okay. And then I'm going to divide it and make a pin pocket. Hi, Donna. All right, so when I make a pin pocket, I usually will come over anywhere from the side seam 2 to 3 inches. This time I'm going to do 2.5. That leaves me a good size pocket on the other side, which is plenty. But, you know, I can never find pins in my purse. So I really like to have a pin pocket. If I'm making the bag, you know. Perfect. Okay, my little Band-Aid is coming off. All right, now, where did my overlay go? I made a zipper overlay. Oh dear. I don't even see it. What did I do with it, girls and boys? Well, I don't see it. That's weird. There's that. There's that. There's that. My zipper panel. My main panel top. Oh, you know what I just did? For that pocket, I used my other main panel. Oh dear. Hold on. I'm going to have to go cut a new one. Let me go do that. And I'll cut a overlay while I'm at it. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I just did my overlay, and the bad thing is I don't have any more of that lining. So here is a challenge for everybody. I think what I'll do is, yeah, I'll use this. I'd rather have the lining pocket of the zipper be something different than the other main panel. So I just did my zipper overlay on my press. So improvise. It's okay. Sometimes I don't have any more of this lining. I thought I did, but I don't. So we're going to put our zipper pocket and our, what was supposed to be our slip pocket together. Yeah, Barb. It's okay. Sometimes you have to improvise, and this is what it is all about, and that's what we're doing today. So I used my other main panel for my slip pocket is what I did. I wasn't paying attention. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my slip pocket and my zipper pocket together to use for, and it's going to be perfect for my other main panel. And I'll just go cut a piece for my zipper pocket. You know, stuff happens. You got to improvise. All right, so I can just cut this right here. And I'm going to just lay it in the center. Yeah, I'll just lay it in the center. And I'll just cut it to size. Well, what do you think? I think I'll just do it on the side. That way it's not quite as noticeable if it's right in the center. I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go. So here's my main panel. We'll cut that off. And I'll go cut a piece for my zipper pocket lining. I could actually use that probably. This is a little taller as well, so let's fix that. Just a little. Hi, Diane. I'm fixing a boo-boo. It happens. Not a big deal. I would say, and you've heard me, if you've watched me for any length of time, you've heard me say most things are fixable. I would say 99% in bag making, things are fixable. Now, if I'd had more of this lining, it would have been not a big deal. But see, now I have my other lining for my zipper. And here is my zipper overlay that I just quickly cut out with my my die. This bag is turned through this pocket, so make it as big as possible. Okay. Let's find my center. And this is the same distance down. And what I love about this that I just cut out, this has a, this leather has a brand on it, embedded. Gives it a little bit of character. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it right there. Here, let me put you down. You'll be able to see it here better. See that little brand? I love it. Gives it a little bit of character. All right, let's sew around the outside of our zipper overlay. Her pattern doesn't call for an overlay, but I prefer overlays. Yeah, you can't even see that. Once you get inside the bag, you're not going to be able to tell that I had to sew two pieces together. Stuff happens. What are you going to do? You're going to make it work. Okay. Here we go. Now we'll cut around that. Use my little duck scissors that I absolutely love. They aren't the sharpest, but they'll do. And they're pretty. Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Doesn't that look pretty? Oh, my friend Derek just gave me a delivery. My UPS man. All right, let me go cut. Let me go fix my boo-boo and cut my zipper pocket linings. I need 2 of them. Okay. I'll do that real quick. Thank you for the coffee. So yeah, I did a thing. My delivery is from Yellowstone. Lori. Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm going to use for my zipper pocket lining. So I'll open it. If we get time, I'll open it. Mm-hmm. I know it. I did it. I did. I didn't pay attention to what Lori said, and she said no more leather today. Alright, I'm basting my zipper on. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. You know, stuff just happens. It just does. And I wasn't paying attention what piece I was using. And I had to fix it. It's all right. All right, now we're gonna do this up to this edge, nice and straight. Although I didn't cut my piece very straight because I was in a hurry. It's all right. Little Speedy Gonzales there. All right, let's cut that open. Add our zipper pull, which I do have here somewhere. Oh, I gotta baste that side closed first. Okay. You could iron this. This would iron pretty good, actually. But I just have gotten in the habit of sewing it nice and flat, which I prefer to do. Okay. Let's add some tape on either side. This is way too big for my overlay, but that's okay. We'll cut it down a little bit. What did I drop? Oh, I just dropped a clip. Highly unusual, you guys. My area is very messy today. Very. Okay. Let's put one side in first. I love that brand on there. I didn't even notice that, but I love that it's there. That's really actually pretty cool. All right, let's get that side on. We'll sew it together. Nice and even, perfect. Let me have a sip of my coffee. There is always a solution. It just, there is. All right, let's sew around that. Let me get those out of the way. Let me get my zipper pull out of the way. Almost got it. Okay. Let's burn those little threads everywhere. I can't even tell where I started and stopped. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Beautiful. Now, look how big that pocket is. So we will trim that up just a little bit. Yeah. Let's trim that here, and then I'll trim it, sew it. Oh, we're not going to sew this closed, though, are we? No. So, let me trim this just a little more. Leave this pocket open, because this is how we're going to turn the bag. Okay. Fold it over. And sew down the sides. And I am going to fold this up. And I'm going to trim that off, since I made my pocket just way too big. Burn that zipper tape and repeat over here. Alright. Now, very close. We've got to do our zipper placket. Very close to getting it ready to put together. Let me see. Yeah, let me trim this a little. All right. Perfect. Turn that up so I can sew it. Oh no, Kathy, I'm so sorry. Shingles are one of those things that are just, they can be nothing, but they can be very painful. I'm so sorry. I've never had them, but as a nurse, I understand it. Say a quick prayer for Kathy. All right, so there's our pocket. We recovered from that boo-boo. All right, so now we're going to do our zipper panel, and it is 4 pieces of lining. Let me fold my pieces down. Let me see. Yeah. I'm going to do mine just a little different. I started doing this is I only fold over one short end, and then I sew the other one closed. So it's just a matter of preference. I'll show you what I'm doing. It's a little easier for me because then I'm sure I get it all even as well. 2 times. Oh, that is a bummer, Kathy. I'm so sorry. You will get through it. Not fun. Okay. So you guys, normally we do an exterior and a lining in our zipper placket. She has you do 4 lining pieces. And it worked out good on my other one. So I'm doing it the same. All right, let me see my zipper. Okay, grab my zipper. Cut my length. And we're going to do the 90-degree turn on our zipper. Whoa! Throwing things. Okay, I'm going to fold that at that line I just drew, and I went down 1 inch. I always try and do 1 inch, and if I need to, I can add a little bit to the zipper if they call for something less. It just gives me a little more wiggle room to get it right. Depends. You just want to make sure that that is nice and even, which it is. All right, let's base those down. Hi, Annie. All right, give it a few stitches right there. Just needs 2 or 3 stitches is all you need right there, just to hold it until you get it all done. Okay. Cut off your extra zipper tape. Whenever you cut zipper tape, you always burn the end so it doesn't fray. I am going to add I don't need to add my zipper yet. We'll just do it this way. I'm going to use some 1/8 inch double-sided tape. And on the end that I did not fold down is where I'm going to start. So this is how I do my zipper placket. So this is the considered the exterior. So we're going to add that just about, I'm sticking about 3/8 from that open end. Okay. Then we're going to take our other piece of considered our lining and sandwich that on. This part isn't any different, but with the other raw edge that I did not fold down. So I have one that's folded and one that's not. And we're going to add that right on top. And I'm going to undo my zipper. And this end, where the raw edges are, we're going to sew that. Make a nice little corner. Here, I just want to make sure these 2 ends match, and they match perfectly. I don't know how I did that, but they did. Okay. And we're going to sew up this end and over. One more stitch. I don't have my zipper foot on, so I'm just going to go slow. I've really started leaving this walking foot on and just making do with anything that I need to get close to. All right. So that is how I do my zipper pocket. Now, let's trim this. And then I'm going to trim down here just to get rid of a little bit of bulk. Don't trim your zipper tape. And turn that right side out. Hi, Trudy. You had shingles? Oh, dear. 4 times? Oh, dear. Knock on wood, I have never had those yet. I'm sure my turn will come. I hope not, but you never know. All right, wrong sides together, and we'll top stitch and baste the raw edges. I don't know how I feel about doing linings instead of one exterior side and one lining side. This bag is probably not bad, but I wouldn't do it with every bag, probably. Whoops. The clip came off. There we go. All right, let's stitch that. That looks really good, though, I do say so myself. Let me pull that down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Just going to baste the raw edges, and then we'll top stitch next to the zipper. One more tiny stitch. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of bulky here, so just go slow. So your foot has a chance to get over it. Perfect. There it is. All right, we're going to repeat that with the other side. And I want my 1/8 inch tape. And I want it, I always get confused about this. So I want it this way, like that. Okay. What side I want to put my tape on? Because I only have one side folded over. Okay, give myself about 3/8 of an inch. And I am going to go ahead and put my zipper pull on so I can make sure everything's even. You want your zipper placket to be as even as possible. Okay. And then I can take it back off if I need to. Yeah, that's perfect. I was just making sure this is going to be even down here. Okay, good. That's what I was worried about. Okay. I'll show you what that means here in just a second. Let me get this on. Oops. My paper came off. All right, so I wanted to make sure that my ends of both sides of my placket are even. So what I did was I put my zipper on to make sure that right here both sides are even, and they are. And that's a pretty important step to make sure, because otherwise it's going to look cockeyed, and you don't want a cockeyed zipper placket. At least I don't. Yeah. All right. Let's put that together, and then we'll put this on our lining pieces at our top lining piece. And then we'll put it together. I don't even know what time it is. Oh gosh, we've been live for 2 hours. How is that even possible? This is a 2.5 to 3 hour back. It just is. All right, right sides together. I mean, wrong sides together. Turn your corner out here. Poke it out if you need to. Perfect. Oh, I was going to tell you the other thing that happened at the Walmart opening. I don't know why they were out there, but somebody was giving away corn tortillas, packets of corn tortillas. So I walked up and I said, oh gosh, I love those. The guy handed me 5 packets of corn tortillas. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. And I said, can I get, I originally said, can I just get one for my husband? He's right there. And he handed me 5. So I went to Tony and I said, look, he gave me 5 packets. I think he thought I was cute. Tony just rolled his eyes. So guess what we're having for dinner? Tacos. Fresh corn tortillas. From Walmart. Grand opening. I don't know if you can freeze corn. Can you? Does anybody know? Can you freeze corn tortillas? They're in a sealed packet. I mean, he gave me 5 of them. I'm not sure that I probably should have taken that many because I'll never eat that many. But if we can freeze them, I think they're corn tortillas. Yeah. All right. There's my placket. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. See how even that is on this side and this side? All right, let's find the center. Anybody say, can you, Donna, yours is coming today too? Mine's right here. It's right there. All right, we're going to add our placket. Here's my zipper, and I want it right side up, and I want my zippers closing in the same direction. So my placket is right side up, and my zippers are going to be opening, closing in the same direction. Is yours coming today, Lori? You got one. Didn't you get one hide? I did. Someday you're going to actually sew the leather. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Mm-hmm. I can't remember, Donna. Do you have a skiver? Okay, I'm just basting that on. And let's grab my top pieces. Where are those? Here they are. Find the center. Sabrina, you ordered some too, didn't you? You got some on Sunday. Oh, we've enabled. Not yet, no skiver. Okay. Well, that might have to be in your future someday. All right, we're going to lay our top lining piece right sides down, right on top of our placket. And sew that on. I'm going to have to check the seam allowance. I think it's the standard, but we'll look to be sure. Let me see. Yep. You posted a pic over on your page. All right, here we go. And then we're going to, I don't remember her saying to do this. Oh no, I did this wrong. No. Nope, don't do it that way. Don't add this. We got to add side pieces. I knew I was doing something wrong. Good thing I didn't have it both on there. We need to put our side pieces with these top lining pieces, and then it's added together. Oh dear. I'm trying to hurry because it's taking me a long time because of my goof, but that's okay. Yeah, you don't want to put this top lining piece on until we there's little side pieces you do. Okay, goof. Man, this is a video for correcting your boo-boos today, and that's okay. It happens. So, honestly, sometimes it doesn't help to do one ahead of time because you end up making mistakes. Anyway. Okay, so here's our side panel pieces. Yeah. We can go ahead and add our other lining piece to this, though. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hold on. No. Like this. I mean our zipper panel. Zipper panel, you can go ahead and add that. Base that on. Mm-hmm. They are a beast of a machine. They are. It's a game changer. If you want to sew with leather, it's a game changer. I've had mine almost over a year now. I don't remember exactly. But the first time I used it, I remember thinking, oh my goodness, that thing's a beast. All right, so let's do this correctly now. So take your little side top pieces and your little lining pieces, and we're on one side, we're going to add them like this. Yeah, just like that. I'll show you here in a second. To our lining pieces on both ends. Okay, so that's what it should look like. And we're going to sew those together at the seam allowance in the pattern, and it's just the standard seam allowance. Okay, good. On both sides. Oh, Speedy Gonzalez. Okay. Oh my gosh, I got thread everywhere. And then we're going to add this other lining piece as well. There we go. And there we go. One side of this ends up being wider than the other, so you have to pay attention to that when you put it together. And I always have to like, oh, which side is that? There's actually an easy way to tell. Okay, let's do this other side. All right. So that's our top lining gusset, or whatever you want to call it. All right. So here is the wider side down here. Can you see that this is narrower and this is wider? So let's grab our piece here. I think we need to put our bottom together first. Let me just go back up here. Yeah, let's put our bottom together. Then we got to add our sides. It's probably better if you watch the recorded version of this. Okay. if you want to make this bag. Okay. Now, I am going to go ahead and open this up and just top stitch the bottom. Just like we did the outside. And I'm just taping it so it'll stay nice and flat. Okay. I'm going to open my zipper and take my zipper pull off so I can do this much easier. Okay. Let me grab my roller. Let's give it a roll. Okay. Let's top stitch on both sides of that bottom. Perfect. Now, let's add our side panels. Lining side panels, got to find the center. Okay. So we're going to do this exactly like we did the outside. We'll clip it and then we'll bring it to the top and clip our curve. And I don't know, I can't remember if I basted this. I think I probably will, just to make it easier on myself. But again, you're not going to want to do the top facing. Stay away about 1 inch from the top. And I'm clipping my main panels because that's the straight edge. Okay. Perfect. Like I said, it fits perfectly. If you just clip that a little bit, it really fits nicely. It is kind of cafe faucet looking. It's from Wonderground. It does kind of remind me of cafe. That's true. I used to be a big cafe faucet user when I was using cotton fabric a lot. All right, let's sew the sides on. I'm tempted just to go for it. Why don't we just try it? We'll try it with this side. I'm just going for it, guys. I'm not basting. Just take your time. Let me grab my lining piece, though. Oh, yeah. It's not as thick, so it's a little easier to do with the lining than a leather, you know? That's my story. I'm just trying to make sure everything's flat. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Okay, let's do the other side. Oh, Sabrina. Wow. I'm going to clip my zipper out of the way. She went to a wholesale fabric store in Dallas. Oh, dear. That would be very dangerous. All right, let's do this side, then we'll clip our corners, and then we're ready to put our top lining on. Don't overclip. Don't be an overclipper. Okay, I'm almost there. Oh yeah, Annie lives near Dallas. Share with Annie where you went. She probably has been there. All right, let's sew this baby on. Pocket out of the way. Make sure everything's nice and flat. Much easier to do one stitch with the lining than baste it first. Wow. Perfect. Okay. Now, I guess I'll take the time to fold my seams down. Since I'm using leather, it's probably a good idea to try and do that. I mean, you know, we've been here forever anyway, so what's another minute or two, you know? That's what I say. If I'd thought about this, I probably would have done a little prep, but I didn't really think about it being a 3-hour sew, you know? It's all right. All right, let's cut that close to the stitch line so I can fold those over. All right. This really does make a difference when you fold your seams and tape them open. In the long run, it does make a difference. It's tedious. I think I said that earlier. Yeah, it really is. But I think it does make a difference. Okay, now let's grab our lining, and let me make sure I'm putting this on correctly. Oh, we got to put our D-rings on. Hold. Where are my D-rings? What did I do with them? I got to go grab some 3/4 inch D-rings, so let me do that real quick. All right. Let's add these. Let me just see. Yeah. These are way too long, Barb. I don't know what I was thinking. But they go right here between the upper lining and your centered on these side panels. So that's where I'm going to put it, right there. And I'll cut a bunch of this off. I don't know what I was thinking with this. Centered right there. And let's base those on before we do anything else, because otherwise they'll move around. Okay. So just like that. I'm going to base that on. Center. I'm just trying to make sure I got it centered. Yep. this new toy for the dogs, you guys, where they have to hit something and it releases, you know, treats or kibble or whatever it is. We're trying to teach them how to do it, and it is the funniest thing. They love it. Love, love, love it. All right, let me get over here and place the top part of the other layer. Okay. Seam meet where they will be stitched. Okay. Yeah. So the wider, the bottom is wider. This is the side that is attached to the completed lining. So this side is attached to the lining, and these seams align. Oops, I got to put it on the inside. So the wider part is attached and the seams match. And I didn't tape those open, so I'm just going to fold them open and clip it. And again, it fits just perfectly. It really does. But your seams should match pretty well. Pretty well. Okay. Go on to the other side and repeat that. Can you hear Tony? He's playing with them. That's pretty funny. It's so funny that these dogs learn so fast what you're trying to teach them. I bet by the end of the day today they can get the kibble by themselves. All right, let's clip the rest of it on. Stitch that on. And again, it fits just perfectly. It really does. Just like anything, if you follow her seam allowances, it'll fit beautifully. Mm-hmm. All right, let me just verify what the seam allowance is. It should be the same, but let me just make sure. Let me see. Oops. Okay, let's do it. You know what? I need to make sure that my zipper tape is out of the way, and it is. Okay, and my D-rings are out of the way. Where's my zipper tape? There it is. We're almost done. Can you hear him barking? They're barking at it like, what? It's not releasing the kibble. Why not, Dad? It's so funny. Okay, I'm opening my seam here. Where's my zipper tape? Okay, it's out of the way. All right, there we go. So now we're going to fold that up and we're going to top stitch on the lining with the zipper tape, the zipper panel up and your D-rings up. I might go over to, I'll do it here. I was going to say I might go over to Thor, but I think I'll just do it here. I'll get all this stuff out of the way. Okay. So with that seam underneath, I'm going to start here in the back. The zipper panel is going up towards the top. That seam, though, is underneath this. Just take your time. And I'm top stitching on the bottom main panels, not this upper lining that I just added. And your D-rings are up as well. We're going to attach a rivet to those D-rings so they stay nice and secure. I'm not reading comments, but oh gosh, guys. I ran out of bobbin. That's a bummer. Okay, let me wind up a bobbin real quick because my other one's over in Thor, and I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to mess with it, so I'll just wind one. It takes me a minute, just an extra minute. Okay. Here we go. Oops. That's good. So this is definitely a 2 bobbin bag, but my other bobbin is over in Thor, and I didn't want to move take him out of there. So we'll just round another one. I use this color all the time, so can't have enough bobbins. All right. I have to thread my needle again. All right, how long did that take? Uh-oh. That didn't take long. All right, let's see where my bobbin ran out. Right over here. All right, I'm getting there. Manipulate it. Almost there. Alright. Now I just noticed one of my seams is coming open, so I gotta fix that too. Alright, let's clean all this up. Yeah, this little seam right here is coming open. I have no idea why, but we will fix it before we do anything else. I probably didn't backstitch good enough there. Okay. Oh my goodness. There we go. So there is the lining. It's so cute. All right, let's get this stuff out of the way. All right, we gotta attach our exterior flap to our back piece. And I did not mark my center. Very bad, Barb. Very bad. Not a big deal. All right. So there's my center. We're going to add our flap to the back of our exterior and just baste that on. me see if that's centered. It doesn't feel like it is. I need to pull that. There we go. That's better. Okay. Oops, I hit the camera. I'm so sorry. All right, let's base our flap on. Perfect. It's going to be so cute. Oops, I don't like how that did. Hold on. Hold. 1 second. It kind of went askew on me. Let me just fix it. Man, this is fixing all kinds of stuff today, aren't we? Yeah, it went down too low. Oh, dear. It happens. There we go. All right, let's fix that. Yeah. All right, that's better. Yep. Perfect. All right, now, before we do anything else, we are going to put the other part of our thumb lock where it should be. And I'm just going to, let me see. Where's my other one? Here it is. I'm going to just put it the same place this one is, up from the bottom, centered. So this one is from that, it's right at 4 1/4 up from the bottom. So I will find my center, and then I'm going to come up 4 1/4. But I need to make sure that that's going to work. Yep. Yep. Okay, let me find it. Okay. So I'm going to find my center by just pulling this down. Let me see. I'll show you here in a second. It's kind of hard to show. I'm finding the center of my front, which is right there. So what I did was I pulled my thumb lock down, my flap down, and put it right in the center of my front panel, making sure it's nice and centered. And then I'm going to add my washer, make my marks. cut my hole. Without cutting myself. Add my thumb lock. And before I do anything else, let's just put it on there and make sure it looks good. Yep, that's perfect actually. Okay. Turn it over. Grab your washer and put it on there nice and even and flat. Perfect. Oh, I lost my washer. You really want to make sure that it's nice and flush. That's when I'm kind of fiddling with it a little to make sure. There we go. Yep. Now let's add a piece of fleece to cover that up. And then we'll make sure that it's perfect. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness, that looks good. My tag could have been a little bit lower, but that really looks pretty good. Yeah. All right, let me get rid of that mark that I made. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. My ass is falling out of the chair. Sorry. All right, so now I believe we are ready to put this inside our lining. And I want my zipper to be in the back. It's going to be a lot of squishing. And we're going to line up our sides. And I will move over to Thor to finish this baby up. What time is it? 3 o'clock. 3 hours. I might have to do this. I might have to finish this tomorrow. I didn't plan on 3 hours. I did not. I'm thinking as I'm clipping this. Get your D-ring out of the way. And clip it all the way around. Because we have to sew this on, then we have to turn it, then we have to top stitch. And we have to do our strap, which I don't have ready. So what we could do is finish it tomorrow and do those things. Because you never want to top stitch when you're kind of worn out. Not that I'm really worn out, but you don't want to top stitch in a hurry. You know? At least I don't. So, what do you guys think? There is a lot to this bag. There really it's none of it is really hard, but there are some steps, you know. I think that's what we better do. We better finish it either later tonight or tomorrow, because I personally do not want to hurry doing these last few steps, because we've taken our time, we've done good, we've corrected a few mistakes, and that way I can get my strap all ready too, because we're going to do a fancy strap, and I don't have that ready. So that's my plan. That we'll finish it either later tonight or tomorrow. And I don't know how people feel about multiple sessions to do a bag, but you know, it's hard to do a whole bag on a live unless you've done a lot of prep, and I didn't do a lot of prep. I didn't do any prep really. If I had done that, if I'd done the lining, it probably would have been an easy thing to do. So that's what I have so far. I've got it all clipped all the way around the top. We'll sew around the top, then we'll turn it through the lining, pocket lining. Let me pull you up here. And then we'll top stitch. And I'll have a strap ready to go. What we'll do right now to finish up the 3 hours, is we'll open up my leather. How about that? We'll do that. Let me see. Because I'm anxious to see it myself. This is from Yellowstone Leather. I did get a piece of man, that doesn't look black to me. It's supposed to be black pebble, but we'll see. Here it is. Oh, man, that looks navy. Maybe it is navy. No, it says black. Huh, okay. It doesn't look black to me. I'm going to unroll these and we'll show you. Oh my. So it's a nice piece of black pebble that looks really navy to me. I think it's black though. It's black. It's not a deep, deep black, but it's a very nice piece. Very nice. I don't think I have my, oh yeah, I do. My gauge in here. Let's see what this is. This is a 4-ounce pebble. Very nice. You can never have too much black pebble in my book. It wasn't a huge piece. I don't remember what any of this cost, honestly, but I think I got 5 pieces for less than $200, which is pretty good. A lot less than $200 with shipping. All right, so that's a black pebble. Very nice. I like it. Oh, and I don't normally buy suede, but I did buy a few pieces of suede. This is a caramel suede. Lamb. I think it's lamb. It's really pretty. Isn't it pretty? It's a small piece. I think this was $20. I'm pretty sure this was just $20. And when she said $20, I thought, even though it's small, it's gorgeous. So I'm not a big suede person, but we're going to figure out what we can do with this caramel suede. Isn't it pretty? $20. Can't go wrong with that, honestly. And this is a navy the same thing. I'm pretty sure this was $20 too. Very pretty. Navy suede lamb. Shh, don't tell him. He already knows. Not big pieces, so you couldn't make a huge bag out of it, but you can make all kinds of other things or make them accents. And then, you know, so that's 3 pieces. Yeah, I got 5 pieces. And then this is just another suede. I think it was 20 or 30 bucks in purple. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. It's a very pretty purple suede. So 3 pieces of suede. Small pieces. You can't make a huge bag out of it, but very pretty. Very pretty. And then this is a calf quarter hide in purple. So this is the right side. So it's a good sized piece too. You could make a whole bag out of this. And this, how thick is this? This is maybe 3, 2.5. Yeah, about 2.5. You would probably not have to skive this, depending on what you wanted to make. But it's a really big piece, actually. Very nice. I love this color too. And it's got a medium to soft temper. Medium, probably. That's it. 5 pieces. I think the pebble piece was probably the most expensive. But she didn't send me a piece of paper in the package, so I'll have to go look. Very pretty. Isn't that pretty, though? Man, this black. Let me see something. Because this vinyl is black. This is not a black. It really looks like a navy black. That's fine. That's pretty. All right, guys. That is it. We will finish either tonight or tomorrow. I got to see what tomorrow holds. I don't know what's on our schedule, so Yellowstone leather. Oh yes, all that suede that you can't skive it. It's thin. It's very thin. You can't even attempt to skive it. I'll tell you, it's less than 1 millimeter. I'm pretty sure. Actually, it's 2.2 ounces and less than 1 millimeter. So yeah, you could definitely skive it even on a domestic. You could not skive it, sew it. Yeah, it's very thin. Easy to sew on your fabricator. Yep. Lamb, typically either suede or regular lamb, you can't skive. It's too soft, and it's thin enough that you don't need to skive it. Oh yes, Sabrina. It's huge. It's a huge piece, enough to make a big bag. Yeah. That gray croc. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. All right, guys. I do have a bunch of leathers for sale on my website. So that's what Sabrina's referring to. I'm kind of offloading some leather. Some of it would need to be skived and some of it wouldn't. But there is... I've sold 2 pieces and there's probably 5 or 6 more. And I probably will be posting some more for sale. Just stuff that I know I probably won't use. There's a piece out there that would have to be skived. It's pretty thick and heavy. but it would make some great bags. Great bags. Jillies, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. This is 3 hours and 10 minutes, which is much longer than I like to go. We'll probably take another 45 minutes to an hour to finish this bag because we'll take our time, and we'll do a strap live together, a fancy strap. There's not a lot left, yeah. Thanks for joining, you guys. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Teresa and Lori, for being here. Lori, I'll give you a call after I go decide what I'm making for dinner. I know I'm making tacos, but I just need to decide when we're going to eat. And then we'll come in. It'll have to be just a few minutes. It won't take us long. So, thanks, guys. I appreciate you so much. Have a great evening, and stay tuned for the next live to finish up the Karla, and I'll finish them on Thor.